plowing through the fields into Nissan Stadium, where Brock and Roman will throw down to see who the last man standing is. You must win by keeping your opponent down for a count of 10, but how will they do it? Well, Brock thinks this tractor's sexy. He really likes how red and shiny it is, and he'll drive it to the ring to inflict pain after some F5s and Germans with some table bumps and stairs and chairs. We get some Superman punches with some spears and interference from the Usos after Brock uses his tractor that he thinks is sexy to lift the ring up high. And then Theory, he tries to cash in by the sexy tractor man. He throws him down with an F5, but Brock is kept down with a bunch of title shots to the head and buried under a bunch of rubble. No, I'm not talking about Barney from the Flintstones. What the fuck is this song even about? Who the fuck knows? But Brock really thinks that tractor is sexy. I'm John Rickman with my review of WWE SummerSlam 2022 from Nissan Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee. Yeah, that's really what I thought of that fucking main event. Oh boy, this is going to be really goddamn fun. It started great. It's the first premium live event under the Triple H, Stephanie, the McMahon, Helmsley regime. My God, we're going back to that era, or the Authority era. We still have Kevin Dunn making a ton of camera cuts. I hope Bruce Pritchard's out of the door soon. I hope Kevin Dunn's out the door soon. I hope a lot of people that were Vince McMahon's douchebag yes men are out the goddamn door. And, well, it started great. Goddamn, they blew their load so goddamn quick. Not that I would know anything about that, because I don't even get that far before they get disappointed. Nevertheless, speaking of disappointing, well, Kayla's never disappointing. She's lovely, and I just wish that maybe she could pull her head out of her ass on Twitter, because sometimes she's funny, and then other times, oh yeah, she kind of exposes herself as being a bit of an idiot. She's still hot, and she's still funny, though, and she was the best part of this kickoff panel. Booker T, who has not made sense in about, well, 10 fucking years. Steve Patrick, Rosenberg, and Lawler. Oh boy, is Jerry Lawler legally allowed to be around any children that age? I mean, honestly, anywhere, in any particular vicinity. Nevertheless, so endless recaps and everything. They prominently displayed Kevin Owens' package, and then I don't know who this Greg or Gary Miller guy is. Boy, the way Gary Miller plays. Nobody gets that reference. There is not a goddamn person watching this that gets that Glenn Miller plays reference. Anyway, my God, Sarah Schreiber. Theory cuts a promo about how he will cash in about that. WWE community with Titus. We put smiles on people's faces and hope in people's hearts. Philanthropy is the future of marketing. It's the way brands are going to win. I did enjoy the two women that were introduced last by Titus. They were nice. They were cute. Anyway, we get an Edge return vignette. Oh, by the way, 20 grand is going to be donated to every single one of those causes. Good tax write-off. So, look, Titus does great work. I don't buy this WWE community stuff one goddamn bit. I didn't buy it under Vince. I don't buy it under Triple H. I've been one of the people that has been a big proponent of, well, Triple H has some good ideas, but he's not the fucking savior. Edge return vignette. He's returning tonight. 40,000 some fans in a stadium that holds nearly 70,000 people. They pumped it up to 48,449, I believe. Yeah, that's some... Look, I'm not saying they didn't draw 40,000 people, maybe even 42,000 people. I do not believe they drew nearly 50,000 people to this fucking show. All right, this goddamn hick music is, dominating the whole goddamn thing. Look, I know that some people like country music. That's fine. Some people are even allowed out of their house without adult supervision for liking country music. But nevertheless, older country music had life and energy and personality. A lot of the new stuff just blends together. So, there's a long walkway, very long walkway. Becky, and I'm not even sure what the hell is going on. I assume it was from a Pat Benatar video, or Ziggy plays guitar. I said Ziggy, Hulk, no. Anyway, Bianca gets a goddamn pop, which she should. And the best match of the night was Bianca Belair versus Becky Lynch. Was it as good as their Mania match? No. It really fucking wasn't. It honestly was probably just a notch below that. That match was fucking incredible, though, so if that's just a notch below, this match was fucking great. Sure, there were a few moments that were a little bit okay, weird, but these two are professionals. Bianca has rose up tremendously. Becky, she's improved her game 10 times, over, doing some great stuff. Call the spots louder, why don't you? I mean, a lot of loud spot calling. That's kind of why you shouldn't put mics there. You're not world class because most of your roster is still alive. Well, the current roster. Anyway, big fight feel. Becky kept targeting the arm, trying to take down the KOD or take away the KOD. We get a barricade spot. Becky just beating her down, doing some really good heel work. There was a nice post spot where Bianca's like, "You're not going to yank on my hair. Ha ha." And then we get a diamond dust by Becky. That was good. Hadn't seen that done in a while. And she just got a 2 count. The disarmer got interrupted. And Becky just kept trying to go for that arm. Just kept focusing on that arm. She did, at one point, do a braid pull. After getting hit with the KOD outside, she managed to somehow get back in. They got on the ropes. She pulled Bianca's hair a little bit later. Got the manhandle slam just for 2. And then, really, really good stuff, by the way. Good action. There was some solid stuff. I encourage you guys to check this one out. The beautiful part was the finish, though. It looked like we were going to get manhandle slam off the second rope. Nope. Spanish fly off the second rope. It's fucking hard to do. I mean, it's hard to do a Spanish fly anyway, I would assume. I've never actually tried to do one. But doing it off the second rope, very little margin for error. KOD, 1, 2, 3. Good shit. One of my favorite matches of the year. I'm absolutely going to put that on there. Unfortunately, well, actually after a little bit more, it was all downhill. So, I wrote good fucking luck following that. And then suddenly the return of the role model, Bayley, is back. Good for Bayley. She seems healthy. She seems happy. And then suddenly Dakota Kai's music hits. I didn't expect that. All right, Dakota Kai is back. Looking great. I'm sure Shayna's very happy. I assume they're still dating. Whatever. But then Io Shirai shows up. Her name is Io Sky. Could you stop renaming people? Oh, it's for copyright stuff. Still fucking stupid. It's still fucking stupid. I mean, it's not the worst name. She is a genius of the sky. Hits a great moonsault, all that. Yeah, I get it. It's not the most egregiously offensive name change. They've done quite a few in NXT 2.0 and a couple on the main roster. But Io Sky. Okay, so now they're the new trio. But then Becky says, no, only I can bully her. Get the fuck away. This was the best part of the show. Best part of the show. New heel group. Bayley, Dakota, and Io. That is a trio that I would die happy from. Moving on from that, Becky and Bianca stare them down and they say, okay, it's 3 of us against 2 of them. They just had a match where we're going to back off. Didn't quite get that, but Bayley's just returning from an injury. Okay. And it's the biggest party of the summer. Hooray, party! Maurice, Miz, and Ciampa are all in bright green for no reason. Logan Paul makes his entrance. Logan Paul and Miz. Look, I will take nothing away from how seriously Logan Paul has taken this, and he hit a great frog splash through the announcer's table. I didn't give 2 flying fucks about this match, and that's all I'm going to fucking say about it. Ciampa got ejected at one point. Styles beat him up because he was upset about being left out of the green community. Who told him the earth was flat? It must have been Ciampa, who has his own skeletons in his fucking closet. But yeah, after the frog splash through the announcer's table, they tried to do something with Maurice, but she's so goddamn useless, she can't even do that shit right. And skull-crushing finale, Logan Paul wins. And then the model gimmick is still here. I hate it. Stop it. You fucking stop it, you goddamn idiots. Whatever creative mind came up with this deserves to be beaten with sticks in front of their family. Moving on. It's a Pure Life water commercial. Nestle makes water. It's disgusting. Anyway, we see Roman's prominently displayed package and nearly 10 minutes until the next match, where Theory attacks Lashley before the bell, and then Lashley beats him with the Hurt Lock a little bit later. The Who's Your Daddy chants are pretty funny. I did find it funny a little bit earlier in the match, though. The Logan Paul Miz match. I have to go back to this, because Corey Graves was talking about, oh, Ciampa's here to watch, so, Maurice, so nobody can try to, like, do anything to another man's wife. Yeah, Corey, you'd know all about that, wouldn't you? You fucking goddamn dweeb, you CM Punk wannabe, you Bobby Heenan clone, your attempt at a Bobby Heenan clone. You wish you were Bobby Heenan. You wish you were Bobby Heenan now. Bobby Heenan's been dead for 2 years and is still a better commentator than you, and he couldn't even talk for the last few years of his life. But yeah, anyway, this didn't click. Lashley won. Theory tapped out quickly because he had to preserve himself. That makes sense. And then, I will say right now, if I owned a company, if I had the unlimited capital and could sign people, I will take 3 years of Lashley over 15 years of Theory. Because Lashley, I'm sorry, Lashley can put on better matches. Theory may be able to do all the moves. I don't see it. I don't fucking see it at all. I have not seen it since they started featuring him with The Way, which was really bad television, by the way. And people want Johnny Gargano to be brought back. Why? Why would you want that? So, Rhea's gear, totally fine over here. Don't you dare accuse me otherwise. Totally, my God, Jesus. Rhea distracting during this match. The Mysterios versus Judgment Day with Rhea. No DQ. Why is this feud still going, I wrote down. Why was Dominic not beat? Dominic is basically Eric Watts with a frog splash. Oh, he'll get better. I mean, he can't get much worse. And at one point, Rhea just pulls Dominic out. I wrote, please manhandle me like that, Rhea. I may have issues. And then suddenly, Edge comes with the brutish midlife cup of life entrance. Midlife crisis cup of life. Screwed that up. Yeah, Edge is back with every gimmick he's ever had thrown into a blender. Edge returns. An unexpected assist. Everybody and their grandmother, living and dead, knew that Edge was returning. I'm not saying that it wasn't cool to see Edge back. Everybody fucking knew it was going to happen. So, there you go. Ray got the win, by the way. Spirits for all, and then double 619 and a splash that Ray nearly fell on his face for. Good match. Unexpected assist. So, Corbin's making his entrance, and Pat McAfee paid for a choir to have them sing Bum-Ass Corbin. And there is a Cesar Romero Joker, cosplayer in the front row. That was cool. Pat McAfee's WWE theme is ass. He could have paid for Seven Nation Army out of his pocket if he wanted to. But no, they came up with Seven Nation Army. It's terrible. I hate it. It's bad. Whoever came up with it is a terrible musician and never deserves to make another goddamn song again. Corbin versus McAfee. I liked you better when you couldn't have an opinion, Corey says. Well, that's changed. A lot's changed, says Cole. People are like, oh, Cole's so much better on commentary. He's still not very good, even though he doesn't have Vince in his ear anymore. Big superplex. We get a swanton at one point. A ref bump, a low blow, and a code red attempt, or Panama Sunrise attempt at into a code red. 1, 2, 3. There was more stuff to this. Pat McAfee did well. Corbin is smooth and crisp in the ring. He's just not interesting. I'm sure they had a blast doing this. Let's move on. So, Pat mocks Corey, as he should. And then Jared makes his entrance, and the Profits make their entrance with the Titans cheerleaders. Just show them shiny objects, and they'll be distracted long enough. The Usos make their entrance. The Usos versus Profits for the Undisputed Tag Team Championship with Jared as a special guest referee. And of all the matches they've had, this was certainly one of them. And of all the great matches they've had, this was not one of them. After all the bullshit with like referees missing calls and everything, okay, let's have Jared as a special guest referee. This is just to get Nashville's own JEFFJARRETT, the chosen one. Remember when Jared was a 3-time WCW champion? It was fucking shit. No, you don't? Good. You did not relive the last year of WCW like I did. Do not do that. Montez at one point got upset at Jared for counting reasonably. Tries to do a dive, gets super kicked, and then Angelo gets hit with the 1D soon afterwards. 1, 2, 3. Montez is turning soon. He is turning very soon because he looked angry. I've been calling this for a while, so have others, because Dawkins is soon going to dive through the window to escape. Did you see that? What an act of cowardice. So, Charlotte video package. She's returning soon, unfortunately, because the SmackDown Women's Division was just looking up a little bit. Here's Riddle. He calls out Rollins. And then Rollins jumps him and beats the shit out of him. I don't know why Rollins is dressed up like Pat Summitt, as somebody pointed out on Twitter. And then Rousey, the Raccoon, makes her entrance. Liv makes her entrance. Liv versus Rousey. Oh, by the way, I do want to say right now that I don't know why people are fans of Kid Rock in 2022, because he had like 2 songs that were any good. He's also a rich kid pretending to be white trash, but he has the mindset of most white trash because he supports Trump. And this is me on my soapbox. If you do support Trump, fuck you, fuck your families. You don't fucking deserve to have any goddamn rights. Get the fuck off my goddamn channel. There you go. Off my goddamn soapbox. I have cut out family members that support Trump, and I will never talk to them again, and I will absolutely laugh when they pass away. So why do you think I'd care if you guys even, exist on my planet? And yeah, it's my planet because we should actually have reasonable, smart people in this country and on this planet, not idiots like you. And Kid Rock, I don't know who somebody thought that was Mama June next to him or whatever. I don't give a shit. I hope that was somebody he actually knew and not somebody he assaulted. But then again, given who Kid Rock supports, he'd probably be all for assaulting women. Liv versus Rousey the Raccoon SmackDown Women's Championship. They were rushing this, and it was all about Liv getting her arm targeted. Kept fighting out of the armbar. And then eventually, there's a triangle. She gets Ronda pinned. And 1, 2, and then taps out just as the 2 count, between the 2 and the 3 count. So Liv retains because the referee only saw Ronda's shoulders down. Ronda beats up Liv, beats up the ref. Daivari and Jamie Noble, I believe, are there. And then they just, I don't know what the point of this was, unless we're going to write off Ronda for a few months, but I don't think we're going to. We're probably going to get a match at Clash at the Castle, and then Charlotte's going to return, or we're just going to get Ronda being sent home, because honestly, Ronda has offered absolutely nothing in this second run. And whatever. This wasn't good. And it's not Liv's fault. I'm going to blame Ronda. And the reason I'm going to blame it, look, is Liv the best ring general? No. But Liv has been working hard, and Liv could do better than this. And Ronda is a great athlete, but doesn't give a shit. And also, this is evident, whoever is booking this, and I assume that Triple H is booking this, this was bad. Whoever booked these women's matches, they must have been booked by different people. There is no excuse. I know that this was in the death slot. But here's an idea. Cut out a couple video packages or cut them down by about 30 seconds. You cut each video package down by about 30 seconds. Guess what? You could have had a whole another few minutes to this. But then again, given how unmotivated Ronda Rousey was, because somebody mentioned Sandy Hook and she got all upset. Hey, Ronda, hope your kid doesn't have to face anything like that, because God forbid, then you might actually think that's real. You stupid woman accusing everybody of being crisis actors. You stupid twat. And your woman-beating husband? Hope your fucking farm evaporates. Hope it goes the way of the witch and you get gutted by a goddamn goat. Anyway, enough of that. So, Kane comes out. Noted piece of shit. This guy. One of the greatest big men of all time, and a noted piece of shit of a human being. And I honestly hope that everybody remembers that he's a goddamn piece of shit and sides with a whole bunch of the wrong opinions and the wrong views. And Kane claims to be smart. Well, no, apparently he did take too many headshots, like Adam Hangman Page did once say. And there you go. He announces the 48,449 people. The crowd booed him. At least some of the crowd booed him. At least there were some smart people there in Nashville. Kane, by all accounts, apparently he claims to be pretty smart. Well, no, he's not smart, because like anybody that supports Trump, he's a fucking idiot. So anyway, Roman and Bork, they're going to make their respective entrances for this last man standing match. 7 minutes for Roman's entrance. Bork takes about 5 minutes because he takes a couple minutes to get a tractor that he thinks is sexy, and he brings it down to the ring, and he he runs into the ring. It's kind of like that Judgment Day 2003 stretcher match with Big Show and the forklift. So, why was there a tractor in the stadium? I know it's Nashville, I know we're in the South, but come on, really? Is there a need for a tractor like that for a wrestling show? Bork versus the Roman, last man standing match for the Undisputed Championship. Okay, I'm just going to say right now, this is one of the most overbooked, nonsensical pieces of, well, garbage that I've seen in a while. There were entertaining moments to it. I won't deny that, but if I'm going to say the Barbed Wire Everywhere match on Dynamite was shit, and it was, and I'm going to say the Drew versus Sheamus match on SmackDown was overbooked, garbage-filled nonsense, which it was, then I gotta say this is garbage-filled nonsense. At first, I was like, okay, this is entertaining with the tractor and the weapon spots and whatever. And then it kept going. And then it kept going. And then it kept going. People were like, oh, this is better than the Mania match. It didn't have far to go. So, we get a table chunk to the head. We get spears and Superman punches and all this stuff. And all's Volleyball 2 table bumps rather. No, not the tractor dump, which sounds like something you shouldn't Google. And then Germans for days. Shrieking Allied power noises. F5, and then the guillotine trading. Oh no, near 10 count. And then Brock decides, okay, I know the paying fans put a lot of money down for this, but I'm getting paid millions. I'm going to lift the ring with the tractor. And he just leaves it up. He just leaves it up. It's like sticking this far up. The ring's sticking like this. Like somebody put some Blue Chew in the goddamn thing. And then the Usos interfere. And then Heyman gets F5'd by Bork. That's probably the last bump Heyman's going to take. I know that Brock's safe, but good God. That was amazing. I'm actually amazed that Heyman didn't somehow crack a few ribs there. And then Theory tries to cash in. And then Bork stops him with an F5. And then Roman hits him with everything. Hits him with literally everything. Hits him with, everything. Dirt from the ground was on top of this thing, as Bill Engvall once said. No, he hits him with titles and everything. Tells him to stay down. And then spears and all this and jackhammer. Sorry, Goldberg showed up. No, he didn't. They piled a whole bunch of bullshit on him. A whole bunch of stuff. And then he stayed down. And Cole's freaking out and everything. And Roman celebrates. Now he's going to continue his now 700-day reign. Because this is $6.99, so it's $700. He's at least going to Clash at the Castle. Just separate the championships. Just have Drew win one. And then, if Roman wants to continue as a champion for a while, the Undisputed or the Universal Champion, that's fine. It was a mess. It was a goddamn mess and a half. It started great, and then it just descended into bullshit. Was it better than some other premium live events? Sure. Triple H ain't the savior. Stephanie sure as fuck ain't the savior. And I'm sorry, but this show just went off the rails on a crazy train. Oh, but wrestling's supposed to be fun, according to... I've been told by numerous people, most people I respect, I don't mind them telling me this, but people, oh, wrestling's supposed to be fun. Yes, to an extent. But if you overbook it with a whole bunch of garbage and just make it like this, it's not going to be a good last man standing match. It's not going to be a good main event, no matter what company it is. Anyway, agree, disagree what I said, like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ricklin. I'll see you soon.